Greetings, fellow noobs, and welcome to another NuubCast. This is Blamus, and I'm bringing you a 1v1 here on Delta Quadrant between Lachesus. Lachesus. I don't know. That's a funny name. And his opponent, Alex Mech. You may remember Alex Mech. He sent in a few replays a while back where he got BM'd unbelievably by pretty much every one of his opponents, most of whom were Zerg, maybe one Protoss. But in any case, much like other decently playing Terrans, he gets, he should be sorry for playing his race. We may quote the great Idra. But we are starting out everything as normal as can be. Unfortunately, Lachesus was for a little bit there not producing anything. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you always want something to be happening in this box. Usually, even if it's just a little proby, you want there to be something making in that little production box. But the gateway is down, as is the opening racks for Alex Mech. Delta Quadrant wants so hard to be a macro map because it has all of these bases so close together. Granted, they do have destructible rocks in your immediate natural and at the gold expansion, and your and what is supposed to be your natural is so difficult to defend because of the size of the map and these close positions. This plays in positions like this, between where Alex Mech and Lachesus are happen to find themselves. This map plays closer than Steps of War does, as far as walking distance goes. Not to mention the invariable harass opportunities that come from having this this cliff up here right next to this third expansion. Alex Mech dancing around, waiting for the, waiting for the appropriate, yep, there it is, the appropriate minerals in order to make his factory. Also getting a tech lab on his barracks, and Lachesus got his second gate running. I'm going to put up another pylon so he doesn't get food blocked, but also, I imagine, to enable him to warp in. If we check out our units thus far, just one Marine out, and then we have 16 SEV up against 19 probes. But that mule, of course, more than makes up for the three harvester difference there. Both gas up for both players, happily harvesting away, though one gas is still en route for Lachesus. Alex Mech is doing due diligence, getting the scout on, and Lachesus just now sending out his scouting probe, and unlike his opponent, he did pick the right base the first time, so they're going to find one another, looks like right away. This is one thing that bugs me, I guess, about the pathing for in this game, is if you try to scout a base that's been blocked off, like Alex Mech has here, your probe will not even go up the ramp and turn around. It will not even go to the ramp at all. It'll just go right past. Now, of course, that lets you know right away, if you look down at the minimap and your probe is doing what Lachesus is doing and hasn't even gone into this base and now is at this base, you'll know that your opponent is here at the close proximity. Stalker is going to be taking a good long time to be taking down those rocks. Lachesus not even getting his warp gate technology. This is bad form indeed. And Alex Mech already with the 1-1-1 build already complete, medevac out immediately, which he could straight away come in and do a drop right back in here, take out this pylon, these workers, and have a beeline to the harvesters. An engineering bay going down for Alex Mech. Seems early, unless he... I mean, he hasn't scouted inside here, so I don't know if he knows, or I don't know what he knows. Let's see what he knows. He only knows that he's here, and he's seen that he's got 2 gas, 2 gates, and a bunch of pylons. And the robo facility is down. I guess, yeah, there's the early expansion, but still lots of money to be spent by LeChesus. Is he going to be pulling out some immortals right away? No, he's going for the double robo and immediate robo bay. So we're going to see some fast Colossus out here. Now you know why his money was so high. Quickly going to have this expansion up and running, and 2 robo bays making Colossus, getting out the observer. And so he is going to know what is going on over here. Now, Alex Mech got 2 medevacs out, 2 tanks out here. Is he going to... Yep, he is going to load them up and take them out and likely drop them on that ledge to do all sorts of fun and mayhem. And there they go. Is he going to take units as well? Yes, he is. And there they go. You got room for 1 more? All right, then. And off you go. Off you go, Alex Mech. And there's a supply depot down here too. The main reason for this is this little ledge right here, which is just as Alex Mech is dropping up here, the Protoss player could, if he desired, put a pylon right there and warp into the enemy's expansion area and creep up. I've done it many a time on this map. It's one of my favorite things to do on this map. Tanks going to drop down and not go into siege mode. Well, now they are going to siege up, get into position, and they are going to have a clear line on this nexus. And there's no reason not to pick up these units and drop them in the low ground, because they will have the tank cover. They could take out that nexus much quicker, but he doesn't really have to. But LeChesus just going to happy to sack that expansion and allow his Colossus to build, although he is going to have a much more difficult time. He's going to have a much more difficult time supporting those 2 robo bays unless he's going to decide to move out right now. Finally getting the warp gate tech rolling and about halfway done. We now have 2 Colossus on the field, but not enough. Oh, this is actually very wise to be putting all of his probes on gas. This is just about the smartest thing he could have done in lieu of losing that nexus right there. It's just a way to have a constant stream of gas, and he should obviously pop that guy on there as well. But it is going to allow him better opportunity to continue pumping double Colossus. But this drop is going to be devastating for LeChesus, and still slow to move his men back. LeChesus is, and does not have the range finished just yet, which is going to be detrimental, likely to lose at least 1 of these Colossus, though the Stalkers are taking the brunt of the damage. Not going to unsiege and attempt to pick up, but he does save 1 Marauder. He's able to save 1 Marauder. Oh, but not for long. Is he going to get it now? Oh, he does lose the medevac with the Marauder. Colossus range now finished, going to quickly and easily take down that missile turret, and now LeChesus able to expand again now. Whatever advantage Alex Mech may have gotten by slowing down that expansion is actually lost, because he's not saturating down here. He has his command center out. He actually has 2 command centers out and now 1 a planetary fortress, but he's not done anything to saturate either of those bases. And now he's finally moving some SCVs down, so he will have a slight economic advantage. Right now he already does have an advantage. He has about a 8 harvester advantage and now a 2 base advantage. So Alex Mech just taking it to the hill on this one. Going to be able to do all sorts of magical damage. Magical damage. There's no magic units in StarCraft. I meant massive damage. And the Colossus going down to take a 3rd base here, destroying these destructible rocks. What else would you do with destructible rocks but destroy them? That's why they're destructible. But Alex Mech, knowing the Colossus are out, has 4 Vikings, 6 Vikings now on the field, going to be a great counter to those Colossus. Now here's a problem. You had all those probes mining gas, and now how many are... Oh, it's just 2. Okay. Alright, not too bad. I thought maybe there'd be like 6 probes there. And there's the money. There's the Nexus. Now, let's take a look at the army here. Yep, Alex Mech up ahead by about 20 food. I'm sorry, 20 supply. I was corrected indirectly in a recent cast watched by none other than the Total Biscuit. Day 9, I too am a victim. I'm calling it food instead of supply. It is supply. In fact, if you want to get very technical, for Protoss, it is Psi. For Terran, it is supply. And for Zerg, it's something else. I don't even know what it's called for Zerg. Something funny. But these Vikings thought they were going to come in, do some harassment, but instead they're going to get dead. They're not even going to be able to... Ooh, they are going to be able to pop some of these Colossus because... and the blink finished for Lachesus just in time. Able to take down the only deterrence that Alex Mech had against those Colossus. So, having said that, now would be an utterly brilliant time in the game for Lachesus to have some kind of push here. He's going to need something to get back into this game. Pardon me. I did not allow myself a beverage for this cast. I should have gotten one. But regardless, Lachesus is going to need to do something in order to even up the difference in this matchup. The Colossus and the Stalkers, I think, could do it with what he has here in the front. The Colossus, now he's given him too much time to get Vikings out, so the timing window may be closing on any opportunity to push. And frankly, Lachesus, having had all the harassment that he's had, is probably a little bit freaked out, a little bit scared to press forward. He's going to want to come over here to protect this expansion, which is actually once again a mistake. I mean, it's like any kind of harass. The only way to stop harass is with a forward attack. Now, I don't like this direction. Obviously, Lachesus has not scouted, so he doesn't know that this might be not the best route to take. Blink in, blink in. Oh, Lachesus, why you want to run away, man? What you want to run away for, man? But now, with all of these Vikings, the clear economic advantage that, yeah, he's just rocking away now, almost a good third more. What is that? What does that mean, a third more? He's got 20 more, over 20 more harvesters than Lachesus, and a significantly higher income. And the army size, again, Alex Mech just increasing. It was 20 food difference, now it's almost a 40 food difference. Lachesus is playing from way behind, and I'm not even sure how far behind he knows that he is. I don't know I don't know if he knows how far behind he actually is. And how could he know? He hasn't really scouted much at all. That Stalker scouting this base, perhaps, for the first time. Going to come back here and perhaps blink. Well, actually, he doesn't have vision, so he's not going to be able to blink into anything. So I thought maybe he could scout around here, but you need vision to blink. Oh, and now we see more harass. Now this Alex Mech, I really like what he's doing as far as... Now see, there you go, La Jesus. That's one way to take an advantage, just to snipe some